watching Let's Chat.
Good morning. I am so excited to be here today with Connie Beaker, who is a registered nurse with the Hamilton County Health Department. And today we're talking about the International Travel Clinic opening. Thanks for being here today, Connie.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
So with things opening up, talk to me about what this International Travel Clinic does and what its mission is.
Right. Well, we are so happy to be opening again after 2.5 years. Our main goal is to educate the public about international travel and to encourage them to get vaccines. We have all the vaccines somebody needs, but we want to protect them for their own health, but also for their families and for the community coming back. We'd like for everyone to come back as well as they are when they leave the U.S.
Now, it's a big world. Different countries have different pandemics they struggle with and different diseases. What vaccines do you offer at the International Travel Clinic?
Well, we have pretty much every vaccine available to the public in the United States, but ones that we consider more specific for travel would be yellow fever vaccine, typhoid vaccine, Japanese encephalitis, and even rabies in some cases. We also take it as an opportunity to update people's vaccines. A lot of people think when they're 21 they're done, and they're not.
Now, I wonder if anyone's booking a flight internationally and they think the COVID restrictions have lifted everywhere. How can people find out about COVID restrictions, and what are you seeing with maybe a general attitude about COVID internationally?
It's much like it is here. People tend to think that it's over, but it's not. And almost the worst thing you can do is throw caution to the wind and expose yourself unnecessarily to risk in other places whose healthcare may not be as good as ours or as safe as ours is. So we keep up to date with what generally is going on in the world, but we also have access to up-to-date information that we give people who come in for a travel consult.
Now, as a nurse and sort of an expert in the field, what are your thoughts on the overnight sort of cultural relaxing and less of a concern about the vaccine? Does this concern you, that maybe a general attitude of people aren't worried about it anymore?
Yeah, it has concerned all of us for some time. We still encourage everyone to be as vaccinated for COVID as they can be. You know, your goal and our goal for you would be that you stay out of the hospitals and the healthcare systems everywhere. And the best way you can do that is to be vaccinated. You're going to find a lot of places where there's not much mask wearing anymore. Mask wearing is also a very effective way to prevent serious illness.
Now, how can someone find out about their country? Because obviously Europe might have a different restriction than Australia. You know, I just came back from Puerto Rico, a different restriction from Canada. How can people learn about what's required?
Well, the U.S. Department of State does update their information pretty frequently, and there are also embassies in the U.S. that have websites that you can go to and find the embassy for the country you're going to, and they'll tell you what's required to come in. But for those people who are going to higher risk places who might benefit from other information, we'll also give them the most current information about COVID-19 in that country.
Talk to me about how someone can maybe schedule appointments with you, or how far out they need to schedule their vaccinations before they're traveling.
Yeah. The recommendation, you know, in an ideal world, we'd see people like 6 months before they travel.
Wow.
But these days, I think we'll probably be happy to see if we can see somebody 6 weeks before they travel. But we also see people a week before they travel. They just need to call us at the health department. The travel clinic's number is 423-209-8340. The secretaries will then take some very detailed information about your trip, when you leave, where you're going, how many are in your party, and a lot of that information. Then a nurse will take that and do a little research and then call you back and say, here's what you probably should consider getting if you're going to go to Kenya.
Right.
And then we give you an idea of what the cost is.
Great. Oh, there's a cost. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's understandable very much so, especially with the variety of services you provide. Thank you so much for being here and for what you do, Connie. It's a really important service in educating the community and keeping us healthy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.